Hey team, Evolve Strong with CJ. This is CJ. These are healthy chats to keep wellness and fitness at the forefront of your mind. This is just a community service and a way that I can communicate effectively with our current clients and individuals out there on certain things that I think are important and relevant for your health and well-being. Um, so, yes, the last podcast I just did was the top 3 exercises that are critical for in general, period. Today, I'm going to talk about the top 3 nutrients that are mission critical for your well-being. And, there's a lot of debate. There's a lot of different people out there that think that everything is completely, that can debate me for what I'm about to say. But being in this industry now for well over 25 years, I'm pretty much have a generalized understanding of what is critical and what is not, and what I see individuals not doing properly. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. Let's get a little bit more base in regards to what I'm describing. Food is the actual stuff that you put into your mouth. Okay, that is the you know the actual things that go in, right? The nutrients are what is contained in the food that you put into your mouth. All right. So one of the arguments of fast food is like McDonald's. Let's just say McDonald's. Okay. Let's just get a basic cheeseburger out of McDonald's. Yes, there is a protein element, but the buns, probably are not really nutrient dense. It's highly processed, really high in probably just basic carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates, not complex carbohydrates. It doesn't contain a lot of the vitamins and all the different, what I'm talking about, nutrients that you need. Okay. So let's make a difference here. Okay. Let's take a piece of broccoli. Now, a piece of broccoli, man, it has some fiber, complex carbohydrates. It has, some amino acids in there, all the different nutrients. Like when you take a piece of broccoli in comparison to a hamburger bun from McDonald's, the nutrients in the piece of broccoli are much greater than the hamburger bun. So let's just stay there. I don't want to get into the science behind nutrient food, whatever. Okay, what I do want to get in is the very basic essentials of what is critical for our well-being. And the first nutrient, the first nutrient, it makes up 60% of everything that we need in life, is simply water. Yes, I just said it, water. You would be quite surprised at individuals who do not drink enough water. There's a lot of issues that we experience when we are dehydrated. And again, a lot of individuals debate me when I say, especially when we're getting ready for prep, 2 gallons of water. Yes, there is a point where we go way overboard. Okay. But 1 gallon of water a day is a great start. Okay. Don't go 2 gallons. I probably shouldn't have said that when I was talking about this. That is pre-show prep. There are certain ailments that you can get when you're overhydrated. It actually, just don't go that far. A gallon a day, let's say that will keep the doctor away. I'm being very real with this. Water helps with cramping. Water helps with energy levels. Water helps with the distribution of all of your hormones within your systems, so that it's accessible in the bloodstream. So think about your bloodstream, right? Think about a sewage pipe. Think about a sewage pipe. And now think about your blood vessels, okay? When we are dehydrated, think about when you have a sewer system, okay, that is not being flushed. And so you have all this sludge going through this sewer pipe, right? But what happens when you wash it out, when you continue to run water through it, right? It pushes everything through. That's very similar to the vascularity, to the vessels within our system. If we are not hydrated, our pipes are not operating properly. So you're not getting the blood flow throughout the entire system that you need. Okay, so how do you think your body's going to get the essential energies and all that good stuff? And what do you think your heart's doing when you are dehydrated? It has to pump even harder to get all that blood flow through, right? So again, number one, water is critical for your systems to work properly. Okay, and a gallon is a great start. Now, if you haven't been drinking a gallon, and guys, you don't need. Yes, amino acids. I mean, so sorry. Adding some water, adding a little bit of salt to it, adding some flavor to it. Yeah, that's great. But Cokes are not going to be doing it for you guys. Don't be doing these sugary drinks. You don't need to spend a shitload of money. Just get a gallon container, an old milk container, and fill it up with some water. All right. Put some lemon in it, put some cucumber in it, get a couple of the electrolytes is what I was trying to get at. That took me forever to get to that point. Yes, you can flush your system without electrolytes. You do need a little bit of those in the water itself. But honestly, if you're not drinking enough water anyways, any kind of increase of water intake would be fantastic for you. Okay, so you do need that. Don't go out and just get a damn bottle of water, a gallon of water, and drink it throughout the day. If you're just starting it, stop drinking about 5-6 o'clock. You're going to be peeing all goddamn night. That's just a little aside. All right, number two, that's the first one, guys. If you get your water down, I bet you're going to start feeling a lot better. You're going to sleep better. Everything's just going to start feeling a lot better, especially for my middle-aged females. When you have a ton of hormones going through your system, what do you think flushing it out will do? Seriously, I'm being very real. This will help with a lot of issues there as well. Okay, number two, protein. That is really the building block, especially for those rebooting their fitness, restarting their fitness, or in a fitness program. Protein is critical. It's not your enemy. It is not. Now, listen, I'm not talking about a steak, which is fantastic. I love steaks. I'm not just even talking about chicken or fish. A good yogurt. If you're lactose intolerant, they have almond, yogurts. They have, different kinds of milk-based or non-milk-based stuff that you can do. Eggs. Nobody's ever died of a goddamn egg. All this whole cholesterol and all this weird there, how little cholesterol there really is in an egg. Guys, an egg is fantastic. I love eggs for snacks, pre-boiled eggs, that kind of stuff. Now, if you are a vegan or vegetarian, you do have all other different types of resources, but stay protein focused when you are looking into your diet. Okay, so we use MyFitnessPal, use the free app. Start logging your diet, see what kind of proteins are in there. Look at the back of the package of whenever you're eating. Okay, whenever you're eating, always make sure that you're getting enough protein in your system. I like just a baseline start of at least 40% protein, okay, within any diet. Now, my young male clients, they may need 45 to 50%, especially when they're trying to build, or my football players definitely need that, right? Now, middle-aged females, you may need only 30 to 35%, but a good baseline is 40%. What I see most individuals when they come in, literally the protein is probably only about 15 to 20% of their entire diet, and the rest is all carbohydrates. Seriously. And so what proteins also do is it helps satiate you, meaning that you feel full, and it provides a longer term inside your digestive system to break down. So it keeps you full. And then you got to burn off a lot of energy to get that stuff out of you. Okay. So if you marry good proteins with good water, you're doing really, really good. So get that protein uptake to about 40%. If you've been told differently or need a nutritionist, we got one on staff. Miss Christine Collin is phenomenal. So we could help you out there. If you have vegan or vegetarian, Nancy McKinnon is also a nutritionist. She's on our team as well. So we could help out there too. So if you have questions, let us know. Third, most critical in nutrients within your system are carbohydrates. Yes, and I said it. You need carbohydrates are Our energy, that's what provides us the energy in order to have a great workout, in order to have energy to have our throughout the day. Yes. Now, I'm not talking about a donut. I'm not talking about the McDonald's hamburger bun. I'm not, I'm talking honestly, and I hate to say this, the broccoli. You know, the carbohydrates, I'm a huge proponent of what we call low glycemic carbohydrates. This is non-starch like potato. If you have to boil your food, if you have to cook your food, if you have to process your food in any way, that is the on the lower end of the low glycemic index. But if you can pick your food from a tree, or if you can pick your food from, like the vegetable sections, and you can just eat it like that, those are the best, okay? And if you're looking in a grocery store, guys, stay on the outside of the grocery stores. The middle of the grocery stores, for the exception of the frozen veggies, they tend to, be the more simple carbohydrates that you have to process and all that good stuff. Talking about the noodles or the canned soups and stuff like that. Those are overly processed, have a lot of different stuff in them. All right. So yes, this and with your carbohydrates, again, that is another 40 to 45%. Okay. Now, little bonus, the fourth is obviously the fats, but try and stay away from those. Those are good in avocados and all that good stuff. So again, if you can get your water consumption up to a gallon, okay, think about that. If you can get your protein intake to at least 35 to 40% of your overall, and if you can get into what we call the low glycemic carbohydrates at 40% of your intake, I think we're hitting it right there. Hey, people pay me hundreds of dollars, if not even thousands, to find this little secret. So I think this is one of the most valuable podcasts that I've done. So take it. This is my gift to you.